What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another great edition of Symone with the Sports. I'm Symone, bringing you guys daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here, and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the many links down below. The first link is to buy me a copy to help fuel this channel. The second link is to shop the official Symone with the Sports merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, or the fly or die crew neck for all of my Birds fans. And lastly, guys, you can shop my FANATICS affiliate link down below for all the official licensed gear of the Philadelphia 76ers. And lastly, guys, turn your notification bells on so you don't miss a single video or a single live stream. So turn your notification bell on because you already know the videos are coming like boom, 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 boom. But guys, let's get into this topic, into this video today. So it's already confirmed that the Sixers are interested in shopping pretty much everyone besides Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and James Harden. And I'm pretty sure you guys already have heard the news that James Harden is expected to sign a shorter-term deal with the Sixers, which I like. If he's going to have to sign any deal, make it short-term, please. You know what I'm saying? So it is the Sixers have been actively shopping Tobias Harris, Matisse Thybulle, Danny Green, Korkmaz, and our 23rd overall pick. Now, we have talked about some potential trades for Tobias, some potential trades for Matisse, Korkmaz, yada, 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 yada. Well, actually, we haven't talked about Korkmaz. But today is another trade rumors for us centered around Matisse Thybulle. And I know we talked about Matisse Thybulle for D'Anthony Melton. I think I got a good reaction from that. But here's another idea for the Sixers. And I got this idea from Sixers Sense, which is a Sixers fan blog on Fansided. So if you guys don't check out Fansided, go check that out there. And that is where I got this three-way trade rumor. So it was already reported before, and I already did a video on this, that the Chicago Bulls were interested in Matisse Thybulle. Now, why didn't we do a deal with the Chicago Bulls? Well, because the Chicago Bulls are interested in shopping Coby White in their 18th overall pick. Now, the Sixers have already kind of made it clear that they're not interested in a later round pick in the draft. When we're a win-now team, we want to use our own draft assets to bring back a player that's already has some experience and a player that can come in now and contribute versus a drafted player that will need some development. So that goes to show why the Sixers wasn't interested in the Bulls' 18th overall pick. And then also when it comes to Coby White, we have a lot of young guards. It just would be redundant for us to bring in Coby White when we already have a lot of young Coby Whites. I mean, Coby White's young, but we have a lot of players Coby White-esque. So it didn't make sense for us to trade Matisse Thybulle to the Bulls. Obviously, the Bulls need some more defense and a defensive specialist like Matisse Thybulle, but it didn't make sense for us to only get Coby White back or to get a draft pick back when that's not what we're in the market for. But what are we in the market for? We know one thing that we're in the market for is some 3-and-D help. Two-way wing that can do it on both ends of the court. And another team that has a player that fits that mold for us is the Phoenix Suns. And the Phoenix Suns are going to have to make some changes this offseason. Obviously, they were a second-round exit. Honestly, could have been a first-round exit if things didn't go as, their way in New Orleans. But the Suns are going to have to make some changes this offseason. And one player that we could honestly pick from the Suns, and this is a guy who's also a Philadelphia native, is Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson will fit perfectly with the Philadelphia 76ers. And the three-way trade that's proposed is Matisse Thybulle goes to the Bulls, Coby White goes to the Suns, because the Suns do need some backup guard help, especially behind Chris Paul, who's getting older and older and older, is going to be playing lesser and lesser minutes. So they get their guard off the bench, their backup guard behind, of course now I just forgot his name, even though I just said it, behind Chris Paul, and then too, when Chris Paul retires, who knows, Coby White could be their next lead guard of the future. So they get that. We get Cam Johnson, our two-way wing player. We get that 3-and-D guy, and the Bulls get what they want, which is Matisse Thybulle. The Bulls have wanted Matisse Thybulle, and when it comes to the draft picks, I'm not sure. They didn't really outline how the money matches up and the money works out, but they didn't really outline how. I know we would be sending our 23rd overall pick to one of these teams. I can't remember if we send Matisse. I don't know if we send the 23rd pick to the Suns or if we send the 23rd pick to the Bulls in this scenario, but we do lose our 23rd overall pick in this scenario, and also the Bulls lose their 18th overall pick. So I don't know if we get the 18th back, or well, I don't know how the picks shuffle, but for the players wise, like I said, we get Cam Johnson, the Bulls get Matisse THYBULLE, and the Phoenix Suns get Coby White. Now let's talk about how positionally this fits for all these teams. So when it comes to Cam Johnson is 6'8", 210 pounds. He's a 3-and-D combo forward. He is a good wing rebounder. He he played 93% of his minutes was at the power forward position, and he's a good defender as well. He ranked 15th among qualifying players in the defensive report, and he hit 42.5% of his three-point shots in the 2021-2022 regular season. This was the 4th highest mark for players in the NBA. So this is a guy who's doing it on both ends. We need somebody who's going to be able to knock down those wide open threes. When we're playing with Joel Embiid, dudes are going to be wide open, and that was one of our problems last season. Dudes are wide open, but they're not knocking down freaking shots. Now, Cam Johnson is someone, like I say, he shot 42% from 3 last season, and he's someone who's getting it done on the defensive end as well. So that's just the player that we perfectly need. Now, like I said, he played 93% of his minutes at the power forward position, and you might think, okay, right now we have Tobias Harris, but Cam Johnson is someone who can, if Tobias Harris does remain on this roster, then Cam Johnson is someone who could play alongside Tobias Harris at the 3 with Tobias Harris at the 4. He can play small forward, and then in lineups with Tobias Harris on the bench, obviously Cam Johnson will be playing the 4. But y'all, in a beautiful, perfect world, Tobias Harris won't be on the roster anymore, because we do know that the Sixers are trying to trade Tobias Harris, so that might not even be an issue of trying to fit both of them on the court at the same time. But like I said, if it does come down to Tobias still being on our roster at the end of the year, then Cam can play alongside of him at the 3. But he is someone who definitely has been playing power forward. But like I said, he's someone who's going to be knocking down those shots. Cam Johnson went to Chapel Hill, and like I keep saying about them Carolina boys, one thing about them Carolina boys, they are taught to knock down threes. Those guys are going to knock down threes, i.e., y'all saw Danny Green in his prime, you know what I'm saying, knocking down that corner shot. So Cam Johnson is a Carolina boy in his prime, so his shot is still wet. Now, when it comes to the Phoenix Suns, so according to the Sixers, like I said, the Sixers blog on Fansided, they said that Johnson and Mikal Bridges are relatively redundant players, and Mikal Bridges is expected to earn a nice payday on his next contract. So the Suns might not want to play, probably aren't going to want to play Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. So it would kind of make sense for them to, you know, trade out a player like Cam Johnson for another draft pick. So obviously now that I'm reading that, then the Suns are receiving a draft pick. Now I don't know if they're getting the 18th pick from the Bulls in this scenario, or if they will be getting the number 23 overall pick from us in this scenario. But the Suns, like I said, are definitely a team that does need some backup point guard depth, and that's what they will be getting with Coby White. And then, of course, we know the Bulls just desperately want to add some defensive specialists to their team. And we talked about that specifically in a Matisse THYBULLE Bulls trade rumor video that I did on this page. And obviously the Sixers shut that shit down, because come on now, Bulls. Y'all gonna have to, you know, add a little bit more to that. And in this scenario, they do. So y'all, let me know what you think. Like I said, I think this is a scenario that works for everybody. Now, in a perfect world, like I said, Tobias Harris will be traded off this roster in the offseason as well, so that and I'm not sure what kind of player or players we'll be getting back for Tobias Harris, but if we do, you know, do a trade that brings us back Cam Johnson, then like I said, Cam Johnson has played most of his minutes at the power forward position. He can play the 3, but I think it would be ideal if he's playing the 4 and we ship off Tobias Harris. Yeah, because the goal of this offseason is definitely to get rid of, honestly, in my opinion, Tobias Harris's contract is really hindering us from doing a lot, including building our bench. Matisse Thybulle is our most valuable player, I feel like, trade-wise. But Matisse Thybulle is our most valuable player to other teams. He's young. His contract is obviously very appealing to other teams because he's still in his rookie contract. But Tobias Harris is definitely going to be the hardest to move because of how much money he's getting. He has 2 years for about $40 million left on his contract, and he's an older player, and he's, like I said, he's like a third option, maybe even fourth option on some of these teams. So it's going to be harder to move Tobias Harris, but we'll get our most value back from Matisse Thybulle. But guys, let me know what you guys think. I really like this deal if it can get done. But of course, let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you keep rocking with me. And until I talk to you guys next time. Bye.